I like Pokemon, and one of my favorite aspects of the franchise has always been gym leaders. Gym leaders always felt so cool to me as a kid, being this definition of pure skill in the Pokemon world, needing the trainer's undivided attention in order to take down. Unless your name is Brock and your opponent happens to pick Bulbasaur or Squirtle. Or if you're Rourke, who's weak to all three starter options. While that's kinda neat, at the same time it's like, dude, you had one job, Rourke! My immense love of gym leaders and the culture centered around them in the Pokemon universe always got me to think about what my team would look like if I was a gym leader. So I decided to make it official with this video, in a way. In this video, I'll be going over what kind of gym I would run, what typing or theme my gym would have, what the gym puzzle would look like, what badge and TM you'll receive for defeating me, and finally, the thing everyone's here for, what my team as a gym leader would look like. Perhaps this video will inspire someone else to make a video like this. Probably not, but if yes, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to see what other people will come up with. So first things first, I decided to set a couple rules for myself. I would have to pick a region my gym would be in, and the typing I use would have to be one that doesn't already have a gym in the selected region. And the Pokemon I use must be in that game's regional dex. With that in mind, the region I picked is none other than Galar. While Unova and Hoenn are my two favorite regions, they either already have a gym in my type, or just don't have a good selection of Pokemon for my type. Plus, the Galar gyms are cool, okay? It makes the gyms feel even more important than they were before, when you have a massive crowd watching over you rather than a small corner at the back of a building. Next would be the location of my gym. Since Galar's map doesn't have a lot of land that doesn't already have a gym, I'm pretty sure the only towns in this region that don't have a gym are Postwick, Wedgehurst, and Wyndon. Wyndon is the location of the Pokemon League, and Postwick and Wedgehurst are so out of the way in the countryside that I don't think anyone would even visit the gym there. So someone's going out of a job. And since I'm kicking someone out of their own gym, I think the best option is Stowonside. This has always been one of my favorite towns in all of Pokemon, and with it being the location of the 4th gym, it gives me more room to work with for my team than my actual favorite Sword and Shield town would. Let's just say, depending on the version you're playing, that either Alistair quit being a gym leader to focus on schooling, or B moved to the Isle of Armor to train with Mustard. Cool? Cool. Next for the gym puzzle, or as they're called in Galar, gym challenge. I imagine something similar to Opal's gym, where you're doing a series of battles while periodically being interrupted by Opal interviewing you, with your answers affecting your Pokemon stats. I think that's a pretty fun and neat idea for a gym, so I want to do something similar. But instead of a job interview, the player will be tasked with entertaining the gym crowd through Pokemon battles. During the challenge, you'll be randomly given a prompt for each of the 4 to 5 battles. Be it something like win with only a single Pokemon, or inflict your opponent with a certain status condition, or even just change the battle style to a double, triple, or even rotation battle. You'll choose a team from your 6 Pokemon, or however many Pokemon you brought with you, and your task is to make the prompt work with the Pokemon you chose. Kind of like Chapter 3 of Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. The amount of Pokemon you'll need to bring to each battle will vary depending on the prompt, and if you don't have enough Pokemon for it, the gym will provide you with a rental Pokemon. Though it'll obviously be a bug Pokemon, so if you don't like that, too bad. My house, my rules. During these battles in the challenge, the gym trainers will use Pokemon like Shuckle, Ninjask, Ribombee, Vespiquen, Skorupi, Durant, and Shedinja. After the final battle of the gym challenge, you get to the stadium where I'm waiting for you. Hey, thank you so much for helping me with the opening act. You really got the crowd riled up. So how about we give them what they want to see? And with that, the battle begins and I send out an Araquanid. It's level 34 with the moves Sticky Web, Substitute, Leech Life, and Liquidation, holding a Koba Berry to reduce the damage from flying type moves. And of course, armed with the ability Water Bubble to increase the power of Liquidation while also reducing the power of your fire type moves. Araquanid's job is to set up sticky webs and hit you hard with Liquidation while keeping itself healthy with Leech Life. After defeating Araquanid, I send out a level 34 Escavalier. Scizor is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, but it's not in the base game of Sword and Shield. So Scizor Jr. it is. It's holding an Oka Berry to reduce its deadly fire weakness. It has the ability Shell Armor and the moves Iron Head, Fell Stinger, Rock Slide, and Drill Run. The idea is that with Sticky Webs up, Escavalier will be able to make up for its pathetic speed stat to make use of its surprisingly high attack stat, while the Oka Berry helps it make use of its high defenses, while not exploding to a single Ember. But even still, Escavalier will probably go down to an Ember later. So after Escavalier, in comes a level 35 Orbeetle. Being the only new bug Pokemon other than Centiskorch to be introduced in Sword and Shield, I felt like it needed to be here. Orbeetle has the ability Swarm. It's holding a weakness policy and has the moves Psychic, Bug Buzz, Hypnosis, and Stored Power. I know that weakness policy can be a bit much for a casual playthrough, but at the same time, it goes along with the theming I've had with this team of trying to cover for the different weaknesses of bug Pokemon. If you hit Orbeetle with something it's weak to, you better be ready to commit to it or it will hit you back even harder. But if you manage to beat Orbeetle, I will be down to my last Pokemon. You're really on fire right now. The crowd's loving this. The show must go on though, and I'm not ready for it to end. And out comes a level 36 Butterfree. I basically followed the same blueprint that Alistair and B had, where it's 2 older Pokemon, 1 new Pokemon, and then a Gen 1 Pokemon with a Gigantamax form. And I just think Butterfree's Gigantamax is cool. And with Melanie having Frostmoth, Butterfree is the most fitting Pokemon for me to run with. It has the ability Compound Eyes, holding a Sharty Berry to reduce the damage of Rock-type moves, and armed with the moves Sleep Powder, Psychic, Hurricane, and Bug Buzz. And as Gigantamax Butterfree, it can use the powerful move G-Max Befuddle, which will spread status ailments like Paralysis, Poison, and Sleep throughout your team. But then again, it's a Butterfree, so it probably won't stay alive that long. For defeating me, you're awarded with the Bug Badge and the TM56 U-Turn. For the Champion Cup tournament at the end of the game, I will add a Crustle to my team with the ability Sturdy, holding a White Herb and armed with the moves Shell Smash, X-Scissor, Rock Slide, and Earthquake. After becoming the champion, during the post-game story you'll help me with quelling the rampage of a Dynamax Vikavolt. And that's my last appearance during the story. Obviously I can make an appearance during other Champion Cups if you invite me, but my team won't change from my original Champion Cup team. I guess I can do a quick intermission here. Since I wanted to go along with the same blueprint for the team as Alistair and B, I couldn't actually use my first choice for a gym type. My favorite Pokemon type is actually Poison, and there weren't that many Poison type Pokemon that would have fit Alistair and B's blueprint in the Galar decks. For example, the only Gen 1 Poison type that got a Gigantamax form was Gengar. So what if I could be a gym leader in any region without having to worry about game rules? Well, I'd be a Poison type gym leader in Unova. Let's just say that I become a gym leader after the creation of Blueberry Academy, so I have access to a wider variety of Pokemon. With these very small limitations in place, my team would be Toxapex to set up Toxic Spikes, Scolipede to pay homage to my favorite gym leader and the previous Poison type gym leader in Unova, Roxy, and my ace would be Salazzle. I just think that Salazzle is a perfect ace for a Poison gym leader, especially with its ability Corrosion, allowing it to poison Steel and other Poison types, who are normally immune to poison. And my team for the Pokemon World Tournament in Black and White 2 would add a Drapion, Crobat, and Amoonguss. And of course, all of them will know at least Protect and Venoshock. And that is what my gym and team would look like if I was a Pokemon gym leader. What did you think of it? Did you like the idea? Did you like the team? Do you like this render of my avatar as a gym leader, even if she isn't wearing the gym leader uniform? What would your Pokemon gym look like? What typing and Pokemon would you use? If you have a moment, I'd love to hear your answer to at least some of these questions. But for now, I must be on my way. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I'll get to see you in the crowd next time as well. Thank you for coming.